blessed good evening to one and all. Here again, here in St. Andrew once again. I'm going to do another video of St. Andrew Parish Church here. First of all, I'm looking towards this road that will lead back to Bell Plain in St. Andrew. Yeah, this road will lead back to Bell Plain in St. Andrew and back to the Arlene School, the Arlene Secondary School, which is one of Barbados' top and older secondary schools, named after Sir John Gear Arlene. The Arlene School dates back to 1697. Bell Plain is known to be the capital of St. Andrew. This way will lead back to Hillaby via Bordens and Rock Hall in St. Andrew, and back to Hillaby and Mount Hillaby, which borders St. Andrew and St. Thomas. Mount Hillaby is the highest point in Barbados, 1,116 feet. It's all up in the hills of St. Andrew from here. I don't know why my phone is shaking. My phone camera is shaking like this. I intend to get it looked at shortly though. But nevertheless, still enjoy the visuals with me. The shaking is not bothering you guys who are watching. You can see all up in the hills of St. Andrew. As I said before, St. Andrew Parish Church was built originally dates back to 1639. The original church was in such a bad state of disrepair that it had to be rebuilt to this structure here that it is now in 1846. I will do a little bit of the visuals outside the church before going back into the churchyard. So I will look at the road and then go through the churchyard. Probably back inside the church again. Worrying that it won't be disturbing then. So as I said before this, we're back to Bell Plain in St. Andrew, back to the Arlene School, and back to the East Coast, known as the Barclays Park Beach. Many people refer to it as the East Coast. And we'll lead back into the parish of St. Joseph, which is also to the east of the island. St. Andrew and St. Joseph, the two parishes in Barbados that are best referred to as the Scotland District of Barbados. They are referred to as the Scotland District because of their resemblance to the Scotland countryside. And they are the parishes in Barbados that carry the most hills. You can hear the organ in the church. No? So you can see all up in the hills of St. Andrew from here. decided I was going to give you guys a little bit of visuals from the road first before going in back to the churchyard. That is what I always do whenever I go to any place to vlog. When I get to 6 minutes into the video, I will, when I get to 6 minutes into the video, I will go back to the churchyard again and show you guys inside the church. 6 minutes into the video. I'm now 6 minutes into the video now. So this is St. Andrew's Parish Church. Less Georgian, more Gothic. This is the belfry here. They're practicing, having prayer practice here now. So I don't know how possible. So here in St. Andrew's churchyard, the grave of Reverend Edward Gatherer, former priest, long-standing priest of St. Andrew Parish Church from July 1957 to March 2011. The grave of the Reverend Canon Edward Godson Gatherer. He was a good man, full of the Holy Spirit and faith. Acts 11, verse 24. Edward Gatherer was originally from St. Vincent. St. Andrew's Parish Church is an Anglican church. So they are having practice. I had to ask for permission before going into the church. So I wanted to capture some of that organ music in my vlog. The grave of the Bancroft family and the Rickinson family. Rickinson, Florence Rickinson and William Rickinson. Her pal, Jake, is his call name, but his name would have been William H. Rickinson. Our beloved parents, John Bancroft, Rosalie Bancroft, and grandparents Joseph Redmond, Theresa Redmond, and cousin Fitzhenry Springer. In loving memory of Jeffrey Rickinson and Peggy Rickinson. And Gertrude Alberta Ross. So, in loving memory of our dear father, Calvin Adolphus Shorey, born the 11th of March 1906 and died the 4th of November 1976. They are senior Ayan for Gertrude Shorey and Catherine Claudine Hunt Blanchett. Going back up in the hills. That's St. Andrew. I wonder if there could be a stabilizer. Anyhow, obviously if I get my phone checked and get this problem corrected. In loving memory of Egbert Lawrence Bannister, Muriel Madeline Bannister, Patricia Yvonne Lawrence Bannister, Lawrence Blair Bannister, and Joyce L. Delia Bannister. My phone camera is shaking. The grave of Lindsay Worrell, Queen's Counsel, and his wife Enid Worrell. The Lee family, these will be relatives of Morris Lee, former president of the Transport Authority and the minibus owner. He is from St. Andrew, Turner's Hall and St. Andrew. So that's the Shorey Village bus. The bus I'll be looking to catch, and it comes back down. The grave of Sir Conrad Hunt, Conrad C. Hunt, Knight of St. Andrew and West Indies cricketer, born 1932 and died in 1999. West Indian cricketer Conrad Hunt. And the grave of his parents, Conrad B. Hunt, Ethelene Hunt, and his brothers Hugh Hunt, O. Carlyle Hunt, and Ivan W. Hunt. So this is Conrad's grave. You can see all up in the hills of St. Andrew, and all up in the hills of Chalky Mountain in St. Andrew. Churchyard here at St. Andrews. So as I said before, this is the grave. This is the church where the grave digger died after putting down a dead person. The grave digger died. having close to dead body in the grave. The digger died a few weeks ago. And about a few years ago, uh, someone was killed and placed on top of one of these graves here in this churchyard as well. On the opposite side of the road now, to the church. And all the Scotland district here you can see. St. Andrew's Parish Church here. Thank you guys for watching now, and do have a blessed evening.